Yes, yes. Welcome to the ancient world of tabletop games. I am Agamemnon from the historical documentary Time Bandits. This is a report from a fugitive.
There's no real clue, is there? Do you know, I'm thinking back to that psychic image we looked at the start.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man's sick Aunt May was behind a spider's web.
Mm-hmm.
But those could be panels in a greenhouse.
Okay, so let's do the greenhouse.
They could also just be a spider's web.
Let's do it. Go greenhouse.
Let's go into this greenhouse.
Mm-hmm.
No sign of that
But
monster.
there also seems like, remember in that the mansion type of thing at the very back, there was a sort of greenhouse there. So anyway, yes, go greenhouse.
Right, just can't separate these bloody cards. There we go. In one heroic move, you jump into the opening of the roof access door and land on your feet inside the greenhouse, ninja-like. You take a deep breath, ninja-like. You collect yourself, ninja-like. You assess the situation like a ninja.
What I'm sort of thinking that does the card really say that, or is this like? Because I mean I'm loving it, but I'm just kind of curious.
I know I've been making caustic asides,
Okay,
but
well
this
that
time it's been word for word.
really. Oh my gosh.
Like a ninja.
All right, I'm gonna take your word for that.
There you are. So, yes, as I said, the cheese is strong this time.
We're talking Stilton level.
The botanical specimens in this greenhouse are unlike anything you've ever seen. Glossy pink bulbs, 7 feet across. Let me stop you there. That just sounds wrong.
7 feet across.
They sit atop yellow vines that spread horizontally for 20 feet. I wouldn't be surprised if this plant said, "Feed me, Seymour, feed me now."
Well, that would be maybe that's where the dogs come in. No, I take that back. That's horrible.
One plant with sharp spikes is actually see-through.
See through. All right.
Goodness. Suddenly you hear a rustling sound. You look to the corner of the room and see a dark green cluster of vertical vines twitching and shaking. I might not be alone, you think. Through the wall of the greenhouse you spot a commotion of some kind on top of a gazebo just beyond the trees about 40 feet away. You need to think fast. Now here we have some plants.
All right.
If you check out the writhing vines, or if you dash outside to explore the commotion on the gazebo, well, either way we're exploring something.
So it's the vines or what? What's outside?
There's a commotion on the gazebo.
The commotion on the gazebo. All right.
Reminds me of a classic Dungeons and Dragons story about a dungeon master who says there's a gazebo and one player has never heard the word gazebo before and he thinks it's just another one of those strangely named D&D creatures, so he fights it.
Okay, that must have been an interesting fight, or very boring one actually. But although I could see the gazebo coming to life and giving him run for his money. But I don't know. I think the vines are kind of interesting. I wouldn't mind tangling with the vines. What do you think?
That sounds a bit too literal to me.
Yeah.
I don't
It
think it's a man-eating plant. I think there's someone hiding in there, like the gardener, maybe. I'm just guessing.
maybe.
I could be wrong
Maybe.
entirely. I took a guess at the horrible roof that we climbed onto, and it was a horrible roof. That's 1 for 1. So are we going to investigate these vines? I think if we go outside, we might run into the monster again, but I don't think the monster could possibly be in here.
Oh, well, I'm not sure about that.
Famous last words.
The dogs have yet to show up. That's all I have to say.
Now, just because there are dogs on the rule book, it doesn't mean that we're going to be attacked by dogs.
If we weren't attacked by dogs at some point, I would be upset.
If we are killed, then I'll just bring this on.
Okay, so what's the deal with the vines? Are they like man-eating vines? Do we get eaten, die horribly in digestive juices?
Let's investigate the vines. And I will hunt through this deck and find card number 25. And there it is. Oh dear, I've just seen a picture. That doesn't look very inspiring.
What?
Right, here we are. I'm turning that over. As soon as you take a step towards the vines, one of them lashes out and wraps around your neck.
Of course,
Then another whips around your waist.
as one does, right?
More and more vines spring out at you.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't really happening, you think.
Oh, okay.
The vines are moving all around you, spinning you into a cocoon. You struggle to break free of them, but they only tighten their grip on you. This can't be real. Eventually, you can't breathe. Everything seems to turn a deep green, and you see a bright white light, and then you no longer exist.
Okay, so maybe the vine idea wasn't that great of an idea.
The end.
So we died?
I believe I had a premonition a few seconds ago. Yes.
There we go. You're pretty good at this.
That's 2 for 2 now, unfortunately. So we move back one space on the psychic scale and return to story card number 2, if I can find that. Well,
We
luckily
can't
for
really
us,
go any far back on the psychic scale, though.
no, we can't really, no. So, right, let's rewind. If you check out the writhing vines, and we could do that,
We could just do the endless loop kind of thing.
or we could dash outside to explore the commotion on the Dungeons and Dragons monster, the Great Gazebo.
Maybe we want to do that. Yeah, I think maybe we want to do that.
Let's hunt out card 9. No sign of any premonitions yet that would have protected us from all of that. Never mind. You sprint to the gazebo, practically pushed along by the winds that are picking up. A light sprinkling of rain spatters the ground as you run. You make it to the shelter of the structure, and the mayhem occurring above you on the roof increases in intensity. Who is up there, and what are they doing, you wonder? You notice a driveway about 20 feet away. Premonition. How the hell do we get there?
Get to the driveway?
No, to level 2 or higher on the psychic scale.
Oh. I guess by not dying, that would help.
Actions you take during your adventure will raise or lower your psychic scale level. That's it. I suppose at some point we could have increased our psychic ability, but we haven't. So we don't get that.
We would have lost it anyway if we, because we died. So there's that.
Instead, it's just raining.
All right.
Oh dear. If you climb to the top of the gazebo, or you could run to the driveway.
Okay, so those are the choices. Maybe run to the driveway?
Run to the driveway. We've had our fill of climbing buildings.
Yep.
There's a very high numbered card, number 30. Chapter 1, goal achieved.
Oh, okay.
You appear in a driveway which leads you to the mansion's entrance. On the door is a plaque that reads Marsden and a large crystal door knocker which seems newer than everything else in the front of the building. You knock loudly many times, but there is no answer. The storm is really picking up now. You try the doorknob and are surprised to find that the door is unlocked. You've been lucky enough so far, glossing over our accidental death at the hands of a plant creature.
Yeah.
But you wonder if you've missed something. Before you enter the house, you look back. You can see a few clear paths. One leads toward a statuary, another to a small cemetery. 2 more paths stretch out toward a watery ditch with a gate and the house's luxurious pool. You could go back to explore if you want. So, story return. There are items that will be useful later in the story. You can take a risk and go back for any you missed by following the choices below. If you head to the statuary, raise the danger meter by 2. If you head to the cemetery, raise the danger meter by 2. If you head to the ditch, raise the danger meter by 2. Or if you head to the pool, raise the danger meter by 2. Otherwise, you may advance to chapter 2 and keep all your items.
What would your choice be?
I don't like the idea of raising the danger meter.
No, I don't either. Okay, let's just go on to chapter 2.
But we do have a bottle of water, though. It could drop it by 3.
Well, it's up to you.
I say we just go to chapter 2.
Okay, sounds good.
Right. We can finish with all of these cards here. Just going to plonk the whole story return. That's the whole of that chapter done. We're moving on now. It's going to be chapter 2.
Chapter 2. Ooh, I like that. The curved staircase. It's very
The
ominous.
mansion.
I wonder, in my head, it's red plush carpet.
You made it. You're inside the Marsden house, the cursed edifice that has haunted your nightmares for weeks. Your trek through the mansion's grounds has left you with far more questions than answers, to the point where you have to wonder if the smart move would be to turn around right now and forget you ever came to this infernal place. Why don't people do that? Well,
We could, just forget about the game. Let's go for coffee.
Coffee. I'm so tempted by coffee. But it says on the next line, you're no quitter, though.
I don't know how well this game knows me.
Put the coffee down. Coffee's for closers.
Okay, all right. So what are the choices?
Let's see. Anyway, it's giving you a morale booster. You're an aspiring detective and psychic investigator. You won't give up this case until you find out why a spooky futuristic mansion you've never seen before has somehow found its way into your dreams. You're standing in a grand foyer. Its modern decor is elegant in its minimalism. Suddenly a man in a delivery uniform bursts through a set of tall double doors screaming. Help, help, they're after me, the man cries. He rushes toward you, but suddenly drops to the ground as if he'd been hit by an invisible hammer. You dash to his side and hear his breath coming in short gasps that sound almost like sobs. I'm trying not to laugh. Poor man. He gives a terrible shriek and lies still. This man has been frightened to death, you think.
What's that you were saying about cheese?
It's very cheesy, I'm afraid to say, yes. I think we have to add camembert to the Stilton from earlier.
So we run over and we investigate the man.
Just then he inhales sharply, jumps to his feet and bolts past you and out of the house. You breathe a deep sigh of relief, so not quite to death. Something falls from his clothing as he makes his exit, and it hits the floor, tinkling. You kneel down to inspect the object and discover that it's a small dart, the kind that might have come from a blowgun. Whatever this man was afraid of, his fear seems to have been justified. Just how dangerous is this house? This House of Danger. Clues in the title. It sure...
Okay, but it doesn't say how dangerous. It says, yes, it's dangerous. It's a house of danger. But, like, are we talking, like, 10 out of 10, 5 out of 10?
Let's consult TripAdvisor. As your thoughts swirl, a loud buzzing noise erupts from somewhere beneath your feet, shaking the floor. The noise is so loud it drowns out the gathering storm outside. That's quite a feat. Just as quickly as it came, the noise stops. It sure sounds like something weird is happening beneath the manor. No shit, Sherlock. You're willing to bet that whatever is happening in this place, the answers await you down there. Could be something in the attic.
Sure, could be.
First part of the game was obsessed about getting us up onto rooftops. I don't know. All sounds very suspicious. Suddenly we're going into the cellar. We're not splitting up right now. Stick together, I say.
Well, there's got to be some sort of staircase heading down then. Or maybe an elevator, although, what is current year?
Let's see. Telephones exist.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it.
Okay.